Hey everybody, welcome back to another very happy episode of The Wealth Around Us. I have the turbo van back in my possession, and so it's story time. I don't know, I think we'll cruise around a little bit, and I might head to some place like Walmart that's open all night so I can get some windshield wipers for this thing. I think I'll take one off and put the other on, but yeah, so a bunch of funny developments today. When it rains, it pours. But what wound up happening was what I thought in one of Moto Cheese's videos. He was hearing this weird noise in his rear end, like I was. Turned out that's what it was the rear end, and it was just dry. They put oil in it, and it was fine. All this the crazy noises it was making didn't even make any sense. It would go like, you'd be like right here. You would downshift, and you'd go clunk, 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 clunk. And it'd go away, and you'd be like, what was that? And you'd start turning here. Clunk, 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 clunk. It was the diff. It was bone dry. They put some new synthetic fluid in there, and it's running better than it ever has. They had to do extensive work to the coolant system. All right, let me back up. The fans weren't coming on. The coolant system always has been a little sluggish, but it turned out to be a copper radiator. You saw some of that in the previous videos. Make a long story short, we had to get the last new old stock part you could find for one of these, put it in, and then she developed a radiator coolant leak, and we were like, where's that coming from? Well, it turned out it was a T-fitting up on top of the engine. It was dripping and dripping, and finally it became like an actual leak. Had problems with air voids. We figured that out. There's a bleeder valve up high on the engine somewhere. It's not the same on this car, but it was almost the same, and they found it, and she seems to be running real good, real cool now. Temperature stays real super steady. The fans kick back on like they should have, so actually the sensor didn't go bad. It just must have been clogged over with grit and stuff from that rusty radiator. Flushed her out. 1.5 liters of 90 weight in the pumpkins, and she's driving like a new car, man. So we're going to be getting on the van life. I need to go ahead and get motivated and cut a hole in that duct and get that air conditioner situation worked out, because I've seen a lot of new campers using those same range of air conditioners, like 5,000 BTU. Listen to her, she sounds so good. Oh yeah. Oh, did you hear her crackle? Oh yeah. You didn't know how bad I was jonesing for my turbo van, man. Maybe I ought to just turn my ambers off around here. Let me give you a little story time for what happened to me earlier. Now, it's well known that Duluth police around here, there's some guys to watch out for, at the very least, they were. And I'll give you examples, like they broke this woman's arm during a traffic stop. We had two cops got into an armed standoff in the courtroom, and one shot the other in the thigh. It was just, let's just say you don't got to look far. Okay, and I'm being nice. But I come up behind one of these guys earlier, well outside of his jurisdiction, mind you. He's like over in like unincorporated Duluth. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was off duty too. And I'm behind him, following him for a ways, running my amber lights. And amber lights are civilian, especially on a low-speed vehicle like this. By law, you have to have them on your roof. It's a law. Look it up. Like I told them. And this dude pulls me over for half an hour outside of his jurisdiction. I've got his commander on the phone. I'm like, you've got a guy over here that's outside of his jurisdiction pulling people over. I'm about to call Gwinnett County Police and sort this out. And so, make a long story short, I was quite short with the guys, but I had to educate them on what the laws are that they're supposed to be enforced, and why they didn't have any probable cause or jurisdiction, and why they need to give my god dang license back and send me on my way. And that's exactly what they did. They gave my license back immediately. They sent me on my way immediately. I really wasn't gonna wait around and ask, though. I know what my rights are, and I was not inclined to stay there for them for any reason. But here's their department right here we're passing. You will never find a more despicable hive of scum and villainy. And so, anyways, I just let cooler heads prevail, sat back for a second, drank some iced tea. And, yeah, I'm just reveling in the fact that the turbo van is back running exactly how she should be, practically rebuilt. And I said practically rebuilt. I mean, I put about, well, I'd say $4,000 into her, so we could itemize. I'm not going to disclose because with Anna and my friends who got it for me, I won't disclose exactly how much I paid for it, but it was in the range of $10,000. And she ran right. Let's see, major issues. Okay, she developed a starting problem. She just wouldn't start one day. She just crapped out and wouldn't start anymore. Turned out to be the fuel pump, which is in the tank. That was an even bigger surprise, and I'm going to have to get with Moto Cheese and do him a couple videos. I got a bore scope so I can get under the car and look up into it. And he thinks it's fuel injected, and the more I look at it, the more I'm like, wow, is it fuel injected? Because it was listed upon coming in the United States as being carbureted. It was listed by the dealer as being carbureted. That was what was on the certificates and stuff. It sure seems to be carbureted sometimes. The more I drive it and the more I listen to it, maybe it's not carbureted. I know when it's running right, like it is right now, you shouldn't smell coolant or anything like that, hot coolant on the engine or anything, but you should smell, it smells like a motorcycle. It smells just like a mid-90s crotch rocket. Like a sport bike, like a 4-cylinder dual overhead cam. I know, I was looking at this dude's Honda Beat that he has earlier. I've been seeing him drive around town. His name is Greg. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel or what, but he does have this beautiful black Honda Beat. And it has 3 throttle bodies on it like a motorcycle. It has a throttle body over every cylinder. And this is supposedly, well, like we think it may be throttle body injected because there's something under there that looks very suspicious and it looks a little too small to be a carburetor, so we're going to do that tomorrow. We have a bunch more content from the Atrai and like van lifing and stuff. So like I told somebody, I think I'm not going to do the average van life thing. We're going to maybe go a comical route. We'll go to some of like the worst places. No, we'll definitely go to some interesting places, no doubt. No one wants to see the back of a Target. Or do you? I don't know. Like, some of the stuff I've seen lately on Instagram, you know, you got all these influencers, and it's like the number one job kids right now are going after is being an influencer. I mean, that's cute and all, but, you know, how many supercar blondies do we really need? How many, you know, influencers are going to be out there to exert, quote-unquote, said influence? These are the things that I think about. And, you know, I see these semi-attractive ladies doing booty shots on the beach with hot cars they don't own. And hey, look, I've got influence because, you know, I'm on social media. And it's like, well, I mean, I've been on YouTube for 2009, you know, since then. Don't like toot my own horn. But that being said, I've seen them come and go. I've totally seen them come and go. So I thought I would do funny stuff like wash the car in my overalls and like do booty shots in my overalls with my big overweight butt, and you know, not shave my face, or like, you know, take pictures passed out on the roof with an empty beer can in my hand, like stuff like that. You know, yeah, let's do it. So yeah, we may be doing that. We also may be doing a Transformers theme. I do have a Spike Spiegel costume with a hard hat. Oh, listen to how good she's running, though. Oh, listen to that. Oh, she's about to pull the lights off the roof. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do something about that. let's see here. She's blasting AC, nice and cold. I may charge that up a tad more. But these coolers aren't supposed to actually get that cold, not like a car air conditioner, like a big 150 horsepower motor. This motor don't even care when the air conditioner comes on. You barely notice that air conditioner. In the Hi-Jet, it was pretty bad. I called it air brakes because you'd slap that switch and it moves about 15 miles an hour. God, I love how it grumbles. Turbo 3 sounds so good. Since I put about, let's see, we got 10. I think I put close to, let's see, yeah, about 800. And let's just call it an even 2 bills on top of that from just miscellaneous stuff. So we've got about 10. About $4,000 in it. Which sounds about right for a car of its age. You know, if I was buying an old Supra, I would expect it to run into problems like that. If I was, say, getting like a 91 Toyota pickup, like a 4-wheel drive, restored, I'd have put that into it, about that minus a paint job, I think. Oh yeah, she's running good. Clutch cable popped. That was a cute one. And I thought one of those tow truck drivers had damaged it, pulling it onto the flatbed, but apparently it was just a dry pumpkin in the back. So here it makes a growl and a swish. I don't know if you can hear it past all the stuff in the dash on. Yeah, you hear that? That roar. Ready to go camping. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm just going to keep an eye on a couple of things. Get all my gear sorted out and packed up like I need. And she's ready to go. I just need that AC situation worked out. And I think that'll be our next project. And we'll situate the machine in the vehicle right out the window. See how she do. Now, supposedly, there was a guy that tested this out. We were in touch on YouTube, and he said this generator, and it's like a 40cc kids bike engine or something. This generator will run this particular air conditioner unit for about 8 hours on half a gallon of gas. So that being said, it's already starting to get like pretty hot in Georgia. I can tell it's going to be a nice hot year. This thing in the winter, I don't think it's nearly going to be as bad, especially during the day. So that'll just leave power use at night. But it's got these black moon roofs on the roof, and boy, it turns into a sore oven in the sun. You really gotta, it like if you were to just have no air conditioning or anything, it'll kill you. Absolutely smother you. Oh, hear the air conditioner kick on. Is it all the way on? Yeah, she's running so good. So they're blasting cold air. It's hot tonight. Smelling I got Sakura room spray, Japanese cherry blossom, which is like the stuff all the racers in Japan use. So the seats smell like cherry blossoms. I mean, it's right out of, what was it? Straight out of Nagasaki or something like that. So that's a weird little rocking we're getting from the phone. Little enclosed motorcycle, that's all it is, little enclosed side by side. I mean little. I gotta watch my lead foot and using that boost because I just filled up tonight. This is my second trip out in it and I've already brought it off of F.